Hello there, Jason here. Um, this is not a review, first and foremost. As many of you may know, I am a huge Star Wars fan, whether you're a friend of mine or have watched several of my videos on this channel. So to give a review on Rogue One would seem a bit biased, especially since it's been around now for over 6 years. So I'm just going to take this as an opportunity to just gush over the movie for a while, but also give my thoughts on Andor and the excitement that is mounting for this series right here, Andor, coming to Disney Plus September 21st for a 3-episode premiere. I am very excited about that. If you haven't seen Rogue One, what are you doing? It's been around for a while. Check it out. I think it is the best Star Wars movie that Disney has made so far. It's certainly my second favorite Star Wars movie since I saw it back in 2016. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. I'm going to spoil it, obviously, if you haven't figured that out already. So let me just go ahead and talk about Rogue One for a little bit. So in preparation for Andor, they released Rogue One back in IMAX, for a very limited engagement. And I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. I'm a huge fan of that movie that I will jump at the opportunity to go see it in the theater again. And it was definitely worth it. It had been a while since I had watched Rogue One, so seeing it in the theater again definitely made me feel the way I felt when I saw it the first time. But as if I've seen it for the 100th time, which is pretty accurate. There's just so much about the movie that I love, from the fact that it ties perfectly into the original Star Wars and adds new context not only to that film but to the trilogy and the saga as a whole. When people have asked me, I've never seen Star Wars before, where do I start? It's always been kind of tricky for me to tell them where to start. You could either go with the originals or you could go with the prequels. I would have said probably before Rogue One, I would have probably said start with the originals, then go to the prequels. Or if you really want to watch the original, if you really want to watch them in order for the first time, I would go with prequels and then sequels. I mean the originals. But since Rogue One came out, my answer is now Rogue One. And again, and not just because I like the movie so much, but because I feel like it's the perfect movie for someone who doesn't quite know anything about Star Wars and is looking to try to find a way in. But for me, I think it's a great movie because if you don't like it, you don't have to continue. If you do like it, you know exactly where to go next. You just go next to the original film, because that's where the movie ends. The movie ends just before the original film begins. So to me, it's a nice, it could either be a one and done, oh, that was nice, but I'm not really interested in Star Wars, or it could be a, man, that was so cool, I got to see where this thing goes. And that would be your good segue into the original trilogy. Some people might beg to differ, but that's just how I see it. That's the way I think of this movie. I think it just captures that. It captures that energy. It brings that, it brings that extra little bit of sauce to the franchise. And I can't say anything. It's hard for me to say anything really bad about the movie. I mean, yes, I'm not one of those Star Wars fans who just looks at everything with rose-tinted glasses. I'm also not one of those that picks everything apart. I am willing to admit that, you know, it has its flaws, and but I'm the kind of fan that loves it in spite of all of those flaws. It's, you know, it's perfect in its imperfections. It's the film. Star Wars is the film franchise that sparked my imagination, and I don't know, to see Rogue One really bring it sort of full circle. To me, it was a great joy the first time I saw it, and it was a great joy again to see it on the big screen, and especially in IMAX. Now, one extra added bonus special treat with the re-release of Rogue One was a special look at the show right here, Andor. Being such a fan of Rogue One and hearing that Diego Luna would get a chance to reprise the role as Cassian in a spin-off series, I was excited. I was on board. I was ready. And the footage they showed on this big screen, you know, there was like a clip that was kind of already released online. They sort of extended the clip a little bit. But it really tells you what the show's all about. And then they kind of showed a trailer. There was a bit of a promo thing with the showrunner and Diego Luna talking about the show. And seeing that footage, seeing those clips on the big screen really sells it more than what you've seen in trailers and things online or on television. I honestly think this show is probably bigger than any Star Wars show that's come out since, and that's saying something, because, you know, a lot of the shows that have come out lately have been very, you know, have been a bit grander in scale, like Obi-Wan Kenobi or the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. This show, it may say Andor on the title, but it's not just a show about Cassian. It's a show about the galaxy at large. The Empire is consolidating its power, and has tightened its grip on the galaxy, and that's what it looks like this show is going to be about. And I'm really excited. Again, seeing that footage on the big screen, it just made me more enthusiastic and more excited about this show, and I cannot wait to watch it, and I cannot wait to talk about it here on my channel. But I could gush about Star Wars. I could talk about Andor. I could talk about Rogue One. I could talk about it all day long. But before I get ahead of myself, I think I'm going to wrap things up here. So let me know what you think of Rogue One down in the comments. Let me know what you think of my my Star Wars suggestion. Is Rogue One a good place to start for new Star Wars fans, or do you think it would be somewhere else? I would very much like to know. I think it'd be cool to hear from people on that one. And how excited are you for Andor? Are you a bit skeptical? Just let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell to get updates on all my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and may the Force be with you. Bye.